Hello and welcome back to Prickles. We start this episode with some sad news. The little hoglet who came to us with an injured leg and shaved spines was taken to the vets and examined under anesthetic. She was found to have a severe fracture, which meant that she had to be put to sleep. We take comfort in knowing that for the short time she was with us, she was warm, comfortable and had plenty of food and fresh water. And now to some good news. Remember from last time the hedgehog who made a nest under the stairs and gave birth to 3 babies? Well, we have an update for you. She is ready to be released. The staff named her Liberty, and we know she is raring to go because she has made a couple of attempts to escape from her crate. A good choice of name, don't you think? This is an unusual release for Prickles, as the hogs are usually returned to the finder to release at night with support feeding. The property this hog and her hoglets were found at had no hedgehog highway and the only access was from a busy road. So the decision was taken to release her to a quiet, suitable location which she would likely have visited before. Instead of being put in a cardboard box with hay, which is our usual method of release, she was put in a pet carrier with some fleeces she could snuggle into. Although when she was secured on the back seat, snuggling was the last thing on her mind. She was taken to an area close to the property where she was originally found. The houses can be seen at the top of the screen. There is a triangular area of grass in the center, and the apex of the triangle was the area chosen for the release. The path was followed up the hill. Through the woods. And onto the grassy field towards the corner. Unfortunately, it was at this point where the camera stopped recording. The carrier was put into the dark, shady area in the bushes and the door opened. Liberty waited for a few minutes before sticking her nose out to sniff the air. Smell is the primary sense for hedgehogs, and she would have been sniffing for the scent of predators. When she was happy there were no predators around, she carefully crept out of the carrier and hurried off into the undergrowth and disappeared. We wish her well. And some more good news. The female hog who was walking on the knuckles of her back paw and was having hydrotherapy continued to improve and was able to be released a few days later. In the previous episode we saw Mum Liberty separated from her 3 hoglets and stay together in their pen. A few days later they were separated into their own crates and given cardboard nest boxes. 2 of them lost a little weight initially, and one of those was showing signs of stress by continually pacing around its crate. Eventually though it settled and all 3 are doing well. This hoglet had a wound behind its left ear on admission. That has responded well to treatment and is now clean and dry. It is on antibiotics and a tiny crust was removed with a wet cotton bud. Since then the wound has healed nicely and no further treatment is needed. Wilbur's spines continue to grow back and the germicidal cream massages are clearing up his dry skin. He's looking very handsome now. He is now 559 grams and the germicidal cream is only applied to his snout, with an antimicrobial spray applied to his body. He is now looking healthy enough to be released. The mum who ran away and hid behind a shed when her nest was disturbed is still having problems with her eyes. The right eye is still tightly closed with swollen lids and a little old exudate. Her left eye is now partially open. She was given pain relief and prescribed a course of antibiotics. The right eye opened a little after bathing but was still crusty and swollen, so she was started on an antimicrobial eye wash and eye drops. Despite her eye problems, it hasn't prevented her from being an excellent mum. Her hoglets are doing well, gaining weight, and their eyes have opened. They have been sexed and been marked with a non-toxic paint so that they can have individual care sheets. They are now eating a thick soup of pâté mixed with a special formula milk which is lactose-free. Hedgehogs are lactose intolerant and cow's milk can make them very ill. These 3 orphans from a disturbed nest have now been separated into individual crates. They have been losing weight, have green mucus feces and have poor appetites, which is fairly common in hoglets. They have been prescribed antibiotics to treat any intestinal bacterial infection, and an antiparasitic to kill off any intestinal parasites. We have had more admissions this week. This little hoglet was admitted when it was found wandering around a graveyard. It is 122 grams in weight, and after putting it in the wheelbarrow position, we can see it is a female. Staff have named her Wednesday, after Wednesday Addams. She seems to be in good condition with no injuries. However, if you look closely, you will see some movement within the spines. Fleas. Archaeopsilla erinacei. Hedgehog fleas are species-specific and cannot survive on any other host. She was sprayed with an antiparasitic solution, which, as you can see, immediately took effect. She was given support fluids and prescribed a general antiparasitic medicine for intestinal parasites. These new admissions were found wandering at night on their own with no sign of mum. They were checked over and found to be in good health with no injuries, parasites or fly strike. They were given support fluids and put in a large crate together. The next day, another sibling was found and was also in good health. She was given fluids and put in the large crate with her siblings. All of them have lost a little weight despite having good appetites. Along with Liberty, another 8 hedgehogs were released this week. Releases are always a bittersweet moment for staff and volunteers at Prickles. We get quite attached to the little characters. But it is rewarding to know that they have been rehabilitated and are going back where they belong. We had 2 more separate admissions, both with serious leg injuries. They were taken to the vets for examination under anesthetic, and sadly both were found to have unrecoverable injuries, and so were humanely put to sleep. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep up to date with the progress of the hedgehogs featured in this video, then click on subscribe and the bell icon to be notified when a new video is posted. In the notes below you will find a link to our website where you can learn more about hedgehogs, or make a donation to support the work we do. Alternatively, you can sponsor a hedgehog. You will also find our email address where you can subscribe to our monthly newsletter email. Just put newsletter as the subject line. If you would like to support Prickles by becoming a Patreon member of the channel, then just click on the link to our Patreon page. If you would like to contribute food, cleaning materials, syringes, or any other consumables the hedgehogs use, we have an Amazon wish list. And of course you can follow us on social media. All donations go towards the rescuing and rehabilitation of the hedgehogs in our care. Thank you for watching. And thank you for caring.